Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. And it's another Throwback Tunes on another Thursday. Now, before we go on with this video, I'd just like to give a shout out to Prodigy of Mobb Deep, who passed away this past Tuesday. And the reason why I'm giving out this shout out because Mobb Deep is my all-time favorite rap duo. And I really became a fan of theirs ever since I heard Quiet Storm Remix, or I saw the music video for that. And then I heard their second single, which features Nas. And then I went out and got the album of the music, and I already reviewed that album, and I consider that to be Mobb Deep's best album ever. I don't think nothing will ever top that album that they did as far as best Mobb Deep albums. So yeah, and I also had the privilege of actually seeing Mobb Deep perform on stage live earlier this year, back in March, I believe. So for me to hear this news, it was kind of unexpected. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, rest in peace to Prodigy, or rest in heaven to Prodigy of Mobb Deep. So with that out the way, let's get on with this actual video. So right now I'm about to review In My Mind, which is a Pharrell Williams album. And in fact, this is his solo debut album that came out July 25th, 2006. And this album was recorded from 2004 up to 2006. And this was recorded under Star Trek and Interscope. And of course, Pharrell was the producer here. Now, it debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 and sold 142,000 copies in its first week. And it was also certified silver in the United Kingdom for sales of over 60,000 copies. So let me give you a little bit of some background info. So back in June of 2003, after having produced and featured on several songs by other artists, Williams released his debut single, Frontin', featuring Jay-Z. Despite insisting that the single was a one-off and that he was purely a producer and not an artist in his own right, it was announced that Williams would release his own studio album. The album includes the three, we'll talk about the 3 singles later and things of that nature. Now, originally, the album has been slated for release on November 15, 2005, but the date was delayed at Williams' request. In an interview on the delay, he stated that he felt the album needed more work. Nearly 6 months later, it was finally released. So yeah, there you go with that. Now let's look at, before we get to the tracks, let's look at the other charts and all the other accolades that this album got. So, like I said, it was number 3 on the Billboard 200. It was number 2 on the top R&B/hip hop albums. It was number 15th in the ARIA charts, number 8th in the Canadian album charts, 21st in the Denmark chart. They called it a track listing. 14th out in the GFK Entertainment charts, which is out in Germany. It was 21st in the Irish album charts, 3rd in the Mega charts, which is out in the Netherlands, 13th in the official New Zealand music charts, 5th in the Swiss Hit Parade charts, 7th in the UK album charts, I believe I mentioned that already, and number 1 in the UK R&B charts. I mentioned that it did go silver, and it's actually sold 406,000 copies, around that number or over that number. So yeah, now I'll get more about his other albums later, as my phone just went off. So now let's get on to the tracks. Now, here's the thing about this one. This is interesting here. If you look on Wikipedia, there is a grand total of 16 tracks. So you're probably wondering, what's the big deal? What's the issue here? Well, that 16th track is a bonus track for Japan. Therefore, if you would have actually went out and got this album, and you're in the United States or anywhere outside of Japan, you wouldn't got that 16th track. So there's 15 tracks in here. But luckily, there's no skits, there's no intro, there's no outro, anything like that. So I can give you guys a top 5 and not a top 3. All right, so let's get on with the track listings. So the first, now, before I get to that, again, every track on here was produced by Pharrell. Now, every song written on this track was produced by Pharrell. Now, there were songs where that featured co-writers. We'll get more on that later. So the first track is called "Can I Have It Like That" featuring Gwen Stefani. That's one of the 4 singles, even though the Wikipedia page said 3 and listed 4, but we get more on that later. Second track is called "How Does It Feel" with a question mark, followed by "Raspy Shit." Next up is "Best Friend." Track number 5 is called "You Can Do It Too" featuring Jamie Cullum. Track number 6 is called "Keep It Playa," Playa, featuring Slim Doug. And the co-writer for that one was David Thomas. How you pronounce that first name? Track number 7 is called "That Girl" featuring Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson. And it was also co-written by Calvin Brodus Jr., aka Snoop Dogg. Track number 8 is called "Angel," followed by, which is another single by the way. And "That Girl" is another single as well, followed by "Young Girl" / "I Really Like You." So that's 2 songs in one. And that track features Jay-Z, and of course he was the co-writer for that one. So Jay-Z was in the "Young Girl" song. He was not in the "I Really Like You" song, just to clarify. Track number 10 is called "Take It Off," and in parentheses, "Dim the Lights," followed by "Stay With Me" featuring Pusha T, which was obviously co-written by Pusha T, aka Terrence Thornton. Track number 12 is called "Baby" featuring Nelly, and that was co-written by Cornell Hayes Jr., aka Nelly. Track number 14 is called "Number One," which is another single. That one features Kanye West, and of course co-written by Kanye West. And then the last track off this album is called "Skateboard P presents Show You How to Hustle" featuring Lauren. And then of course the 16th track, which is the Japan bonus track, is called "Swagger International." Again, we are not going to include that in the review. So let's get on with the 4 singles. So the first single is called "Can I Have It Like That." That one came out October 31st, 2005. And oh my gosh, the info on this single, I can't believe it. So, and here's the thing about this single. The song's hook comes from a one-line contribution from Stefani, used as part of a call and response in the chorus. So, I believe when Pharrell be like, "Can I have it like that?" And then Stefani would say, "You got it like that." That's all she did. You know, so the hook is like, "Can I have it like that? You got it like that. Can I have it like that? You got it like that. Can I have it like that? You got it like that. Can I have it like that? You got it like that." So something, 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 and something, something, something. Get this money right quick. So can I have it like that? You got it like that. Can I have it like that? You got it like that. That's the hook. That's it. That's all she did on the song. I crap you not. So it was commercially unsuccessful in the United States, but fared somewhat better worldwide. The song received generally negative reviews from music critics, and there was a rock remix of the song featuring Travis Barker playing the drums and Pharrell playing the guitar, and it was later put as one of the songs in NBA 2K15, which I never played or never owned, by the way. I was too satisfied with NBA 2K14. Now, a little bit of background info with this track. P. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Puffy, aka Diddy, aka Sean Combs, and okay, whatever. He was originally designed to use the track that Williams created. Several other artists were also interested in using it, but Williams changed his mind and decided to use the song himself. In mid-2005, he worked with Stefani in Miami, Florida on her second solo album, The Sweet Escape, which came out 2006. While she was in the booth recording Breaking Up, he told her that he had a song he thought would be his first single. Stefani asked to hear it, and he said that he wanted to record her for the track after the two finished working on Breaking Up. Stefani, however, insisted that they work on Can I Have It Like That then, and Williams recorded her performing the song's hook. She contributed one line, which she performed twice to the song. That was it. Williams' rap is in a throaty baritone, described as a honey-coated version of the styles of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. He raps about his current lifestyle as well as his life and achievements. The rap is set over a rhythm section consisting of a regular beat and a grinding bass. The track reflects Williams' minimalist style and it is influenced with jazz music, including a trumpet part during the bridge. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, there was a music video for this as well, and of course, Stefani did appear in the music video. So anytime she said, You got it like that. She would appear. It wasn't like she said it and then she didn't appear. Like every time she said that line, she appeared. Now let's look at these charts though. There's a lot of charts. You know, it did make a lot of charts here. 21st out in Australia, 47 out in Austria, 32nd in the Ultra Top 50 Flanders, 35th in the Ultra Top 50 Wallonia, 29th in Canada, which is called Jam. There's a chart called Jam with an exclamation point. That's right. Moving on, number 8 in Denmark, 15th out in the Netherlands, 10th in Finland, 78th in France, 37th in Germany, 16th in Italy, 12th in Ireland, 18th in New Zealand, 15th in Norway, 60th in Sweden, 28th in Switzerland, 3rd in the UK single charts, 49th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 32nd in the US Billboard Hot R&B/hip hop songs, and 20th in the US Billboard Hot Rap Tracks. Alright, now let's move on to the next single, which is called Angel. Now, Angel came out January 21st, 2006. So this is actually a European single. The song debuted actually on November 29th, 2005 in the UK and was backed heavily by BBC Radio 1, where at one point it was their most played record. It was also made Record of the Week by UK DJ Scott Mills. The single was originally due for release on December 5th, 2005, but because the album In My Mind was pushed back, the single was released on January 21st, 2006. The single was not released in the US or Australia due to the unperformance of Can I Have It Like That in both countries. And there was a music video for this song. There were two of them actually. The first one was never released on television, combined both animation and live action shots. The second one, which was directed by Pharrell Williams, was the version released to television in the UK and is more widely known version. And is the more widely known version. Now we're going into charts. It was 44th out in Australia, 3rd in the Ultra Tip Flanders, 12th in the Ultra Tip Wallonia, 9th in Denmark, 62nd in Germany, 16th in Italy, 35th in the Netherlands, and 15th in the UK singles. Notice how there's no United States charts here. Wow. Now let's move on to the next single, which is called Number One. And this one features Kanye West. So this joint came out August 21st, 2006. And this was Pharrell's third single, obviously. The single had a music video. Actually, it had two music videos, actually. And it featured supermodels, 3 supermodels at the time. So there was two versions. One is a color version, which features many bright colors. That's the one I had to say mostly known. And the other one is in black and white. I don't recall seeing that one. Now, let's take a look at the chart. So, okay. It was 8th out in the Ultra Tip Flanders. It did not make the other Ultra Tip charts, by the way. 31st in the UK singles, 10th in the UK R&B singles, 57th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 40th in the US Hot R&B/hip hop songs. Now let's get on to the 4th and final single, which is called That Girl. And that one features Snoop Dogg and Uncle Charlie Wilson. Yes, they call him Uncle Charlie Wilson. I don't know. But anywho, that single came out October 30th, 2006. And yes, there is a music video for this song. I didn't know until today, right before I started recording this review. So yeah, there you go with that. It did not make the charts at all. It did not make the charts at all. So now let's move on to my best tracks off this album for us. First, Baby featuring Nelly is the worst track off this album. I feel like anything involving Nelly is just instantly bad, even though that's not 100% true. But this song right here, Baby featuring Nelly, was the worst song off this album, followed by Rapsy Shit. Now we move on to the more credible songs, two songs that was actually good. Keep It Player featuring Slim Thug was okay. The second half of Young Girl and I Really Like You, which is I Really Like You. That's next, followed by Take It Off, Dim the Lights, in parentheses. Next up is Our Father, which have a really nice beat. It's kind of an underrated track, actually. Next up is Stay With Me, featuring Pusha T, followed by Number One, featuring Kanye West. Then we get the first part of Young Girl, I Really Like You. That one features Jay-Z, obviously. And of course, then we got Angel, and I really like that beat there. And then of course, we got Best Friend, which is the 6th best track off this album. Now, let's get on to my top 5. 5th best track off this album is You Can Do It Too, featuring Jamie Cullum. This joint is smooth, especially with the snare. Like, it's really, really smooth. Now, I'll get more to these tracks in comparison to another album that have similar tracks as In My Mind in a minute. But yeah, You Can Do It Too. The original is really smooth, and I really like the snare used for this one. So yeah, 5th best track off this album. 4th best track off this album, Skateboard P presents Show You How to Hustle featuring Lauren. That joint is dope, man. I felt like Pharrell kind of went hard on this one, man. I like the delivery in this one, and I like the beat, obviously, yeah, so it's really dope. The best track off this album is That Girl featuring Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson. I really like this song, though, man. Like, when I hear it, I find myself singing along with the hook, man. So, yeah, I like this song right here. Now, second best track off this album is Can I Have It Like That featuring Gwen Stefani. The beat is really, really dope, man. I really like it. You'll be nodding your head to this one right here, man. You can't help it but to nod your head to this one. And the best track off this album is How Does It Feel? The bass line used for this track is dope. And there's a much better version of this song, actually, and I'll get more on that later. But yeah, How Does It Feel is with the question mark, obviously, is the best song off of this album. Now, let's get on with the professional ratings. Starting with Metacritic, wow, they gave it a 52 out of 100. All Music gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The AV Club gave it a B. Entertainment Weekly gave it a C+. The Guardian gave it 3 out of 5 stars. NME gave it 7 out of 10. Pitchfork Media gave it a 3.9 out of 10. That's really low. Pop Matters gave it 4 out of 10. Rolling Stone gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Slant Magazine gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And Stylist Magazine gave it a D. So, yeah. And actually, before I move on to my final thoughts, this album was actually nominated for Best Rap Album at the Grammy Awards back in 2007, but it lost to Release Therapy by Ludacris. So, with all that out the way, what do I think about this album? Now, Pharrell have only 2 official albums. This one and another one called Girl, which came out March 3rd, 2014. I have not heard that one, but apparently that one's really good because it's got a lot of number 1s, number 2. It did not go below number 3 in any of the charts. It got gold and platinum certifications, and it sold more in the US, and it actually sold a lot in the UK. So Girl apparently is the better album, even though I haven't heard it yet. But in my mind, I'ma have to give it a 3.5 out of 5. And I recommend you download it, and if you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, then that's fine too. It's like, in my opinion, Pharrell really blew up when he was doing songs with Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg, but not songs for his own album. I have to say, like, after he continued to do or become featured artist in other artists' songs and albums, things of that nature. So when Girl actually came out, he blew up. Like, he was up there, obviously. And there was only 10 tracks in Girl. Oh yeah, because that Happy song. 'Cause I'm happy. That song blew up. And so that's probably why that album blew up, because of that one song right there. Because every other song, I'm like, But yeah, though, going back to In My Mind, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Download it and see for yourself if you want to keep it or not. If I had to pick one, I would say keep it. There's some good songs on here. Like I said, How Does It Feel? Can I Have It Like That? That Girl, Skateboard P presents Show You How to Hustle, and You Can Do It Too are good. I also like number 1, Young Girl and Angel, and of course Best Friend as well. But there's nothing here that I like classic. And there was an alternate version of this album called Out of My Mind. So there was actually a remix version. Even though it was produced by Pharrell, it was never officially released. The remix version of the album features interpolated instrumentals by drummer Questlove and James Poyser from The Roots. And that's the album I'm going to review next week. And that joint, Out of My Mind, is so much better than In My Mind. There's no Wikipedia page for that one, so I'm just going by whatever it is info I can find on that album. But yeah, as far as In My Mind goes, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Download it. I recommend you keep it, but if you don't, I ain't gonna lose any sleep over it. So yeah, with all that out the way, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith. And did I read the charts for the actual album? Because I'm seeing these charts now. I kind of did, but I felt like I'm missing some. It's really weird. But you know what? I ain't gonna go into it. So I'm gonna just say peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.